Hi Libra, welcome back to Moonveil Tarot. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, let's get into your reading, Libra. Financial stress is about to lose you, not because you ran from it, because where you are going, it cannot follow. And I need you to feel the difference between those two things before we pull a single card. Running from financial stress means the stress is still real and you are moving away from it. And that is a different thing from arriving somewhere the stress has no access to. And what the cards today are showing is the second thing, not a narrowing of the gap between where you are and where you want to be. The arrival, the specific landing in a financial reality where the things that have been stressing you, the watching of numbers, the managing of what's available, the specific weight of financial uncertainty that gets into everything, no longer have the address they need to find you. Because the address changes, and the new address is wealthy and rich and successful in the specific way that means the money is not the point, but the money is real and it is coming, and it is coming with a quality of permanence that makes the current financial stress look exactly like what it is, the before. And the before is ending. And I want to stay with the cannot find you quality before we pull cards, because there is something specific about financial stress that needs naming. Financial stress is not just about numbers, it is about attention. The specific quality of attention that financial stress demands, the monitoring, the calculating, the constant background awareness of what's coming in and what's going out and whether the math works. And the freedom from financial stress is the freedom of that attention. The release of the monitoring, the specific experience of waking up and not having the first thought be a financial one because the financial situation no longer requires constant management. And that release, the freedom of attention that wealth produces, is what the cards today are confirming is coming for you. Drop a comment right now and say, I claim this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that now and turn on that notification bell. Okay, let's pull an oracle card first, then we get into the tarot. Okay, first oracle card. The wealth coming is already decided. What's arriving is the manifestation of what was set in motion. And your guides led with this because the already decided quality is the most important thing to receive. Because wealth arriving isn't a hope or a possibility or a maybe if things go right. It is already decided. The specific arrangement of circumstances, timing, opportunities, and the accumulated energy of everything you've built and chosen and aligned with has already produced the decision at the level where decisions happen before they become visible. And the manifestation, the visible arrival of what was already decided, is the next chapter of your financial life. And already decided things arriving in the visible world have a specific quality. They don't announce themselves as possibilities. They arrive as the thing they are. And what's arriving for you is the wealthy, rich, successful version of your life announcing itself as the thing it is. And I want to stay with this oracle card because already decided means the current financial situation is not the truth of your financial reality. It is the before. And the before is always visible right up until the moment the after arrives. And the after is what's been decided. And what's been decided is so wealthy, so rich, so successful that the before, the financial stress, the monitoring, the calculating is going to look from the after like exactly the temporary situation it always was. Okay, second oracle card, the specific things you have been building are about to be valued at the level they actually deserve. And your guides are connecting the wealth to the work. Because the wealth coming isn't arriving from nowhere. It is the valuation of what you've built. And what you've built the skills, the knowledge, the specific things you know how to do and create and produce has been undervalued, not necessarily by others, by the circumstances that have been limiting the expression of its full value. And the circumstances are changing. And the change in circumstances is the change in valuation. What you build being received at the level it actually deserves, rather than the level the limiting circumstances have allowed. And received at the level it actually deserves is wealthy and rich, and the specific successful quality of someone whose contribution is finally being compensated at its real worth. And I want to stay with this oracle card because the undervaluation piece is important to name, because financial stress in genuinely talented, genuinely building people is almost always about undervaluation, about the gap between what they produce and what they receive for producing it. And the closing of that gap is what wealth looks like when it arrives for people who have been building real things. And the gap is closing, and the closing is the wealth arriving. And the arriving is what this reading is confirming is in your immediate future. Okay, third oracle card. The financial freedom coming produces a specific quality of peace, the kind that changes everything. And your guides are describing what the wealth feels like from inside the life it arrives in. Because financial freedom is not just having more money. It is a specific quality of peace. The peace of the attention released from monitoring. The peace of choices made from what you want rather than from what's available. The peace of the future looking genuinely open rather than constrained by the edges of what the current financial reality allows. And the peace that comes with the specific wealth arriving for you has a quality of changing everything. Not just the bank account, not just the financial situation, but the texture of daily life, how the morning feels, how decisions are made, how the future looks when you look at it. And the everything-changing quality of financial peace is what the so wealthy, so rich, so successful of the title actually delivers. Okay, fourth oracle card. The people around you are about to witness the shift, and the witnessing will be undeniable. And your guides are showing you the external visibility of the change. Because wealth arriving at this level is not invisible. It changes how you move, how you speak about the future, how you make decisions. And the people in your world, the ones who have watched you navigate the financial stress season, the ones who have seen the managing and the monitoring and the building towards something, are going to witness something shifting before you've announced anything, before the full picture of what's arrived is fully visible to them. Something in you changes when the financial stress loses its address, and the something changing is visible. And the visibility produces a specific response in the people watching. Recognition of something having shifted for you in the most fundamental and most permanent possible way. Okay, fifth oracle card, you deserve this, not as a reward for having suffered enough, as the natural result of who you are and what you've built. And your guides are making the most important statement of the oracle section. Because wealth arriving can trigger a specific question, do I deserve this? And the question is the wrong frame. Deserving is not the mechanism. Alignment is. And what your guides are saying is, the wealth coming is not a reward dispensed because you've struggled long enough or suffered sufficiently. It is the natural result of who you are and what you've built and the frequency you've been maintaining. And natural results don't require deserving. They require alignment. And your alignment with the building, with the frequency of expansion, with the specific choices that produced the accumulation, is what produces the wealth. And produced wealth doesn't need permission to arrive. It arrives because the alignment made it inevitable. The Ten of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, the Star, the Empress, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is the destination card of this entire reading. And I want to name what the Ten of Pentacles actually means because it is the most complete abundance card the deck contains. Not just having money, having built something, having created a financial reality that is durable, that compounds, that exists not just as a number in an account, but as a structure, the kind of financial foundation that holds across seasons, that is not undone by one difficult period, that produces more rather than less as time passes. And the Ten of Pentacles in this reading is the destination being confirmed, not a windfall, not a temporary peak, but the arrival at the kind of financial foundation that makes financial stress permanently unable to find you. And I want to stay with the Ten of Pentacles because there is a generational quality to what it describes. And generational doesn't only mean children and legacy, though for some of you it does. It means the wealth building something beyond the immediate present, something that outlasts the season of its arrival, something that the you of 5 years from now and 10 years from now is still benefiting from. And Ten of Pentacles wealth has that quality. It compounds, it grows past what it started as. And the starting is what the Ace of Pentacles arriving alongside it confirms. The beginning of the Ten of Pentacles chapter is what the cards are showing, is now, and the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is the mechanism, the divine timing clicking into the position that releases everything that has been building. And the wheel clicking in your favor is not a small event in this reading. Because the wheel clicking in the Ten of Pentacles direction, the specifically durable, specifically compounding, specifically so wealthy, so rich direction, is the cosmic position changing, not improving incrementally, changing position, and position changes are permanent. The wheel doesn't click back, and the new position the wheel is establishing for you is abundance as the baseline, not as an occasional peak, not as a good month after a difficult one, but as the new normal. And new normal is what financial stress cannot find you at. And I want to stay with the Wheel of Fortune because the timing quality is specific, because the wheel has been turning toward this position through every season you've navigated, every difficult financial period, every moment of managing and monitoring and making the math work, every building towards something decision. All of it was the wheel accumulating the turning force, and accumulated turning force produces the click. And the click is what makes so wealthy, so rich, so successful arrive, not as a slow drift, but as the specific, complete Wheel of Fortune arrival. It is. And the sun is the quality of life that the wealth produces. And the sun in a wealth reading is not about money. It is about what money makes possible in a life. The warmth of choosing without constraint. The specific lightness of waking up in a season where the financial reality supports the life you want to live. The quality of presence that is available to someone who is not spending mental energy on financial monitoring. And the sun quality of the life the wealth produces is the real destination, not the number in the account. The texture of the daily life that the number makes possible. And that texture, warm, light, present, full of choices made from want rather than from availability, is what so wealthy, so rich, so successful actually delivers to the inside of a life. And the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles is the material beginning, the specific, tangible, real world arrival of the first significant piece of what's coming. And the Ace of Pentacles in this reading is showing me an opportunity, a specific opening, something that appears and produces a financial shift that is real enough to touch. And the Ace of Pentacles opportunity is not the full 10 of Pentacles destination, it is the first foundation stone. And foundation stones placed by Ace of Pentacles opportunities build into 10 of Pentacles structures. And the stone is arriving, and the arriving of it is the beginning of the building that was always going to produce so wealthy, so rich, so successful. And the star in a wealth reading is the confirmation that the hope has been pointing at something real. Because there are moments in a financial stress season where the hope of abundance feels foolish, where the gap between the current reality and the hoped for one is large enough that maintaining the hope costs something. And the star appearing in this reading after the 10 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles is the universe saying clearly that the hope was never foolish. It was calibrated to something real. And the something real is everything this reading has confirmed. And the hope that was accurate produces the specific experience of receiving wealth and understanding in the moment of its arrival that the maintaining of the hope was always the right thing to do. And the Empress is the quality of who receives the wealth and what they do with it. Because wealth arriving in Empress hands, in the hands of someone abundant in their own identity, complete in their own worth, clear about their own value, produces a different result than wealth arriving in hands that don't have those qualities. And you have those qualities. And the Empress quality in the person receiving this wealth is the guarantee that what arrives doesn't just pass through. It stays, it grows, it produces more, it builds into the 10 of Pentacles structure that the reading confirmed at the very beginning. And the Empress receiving in the Empress way is the specific quality of abundance management that turns arrival into permanence. Okay, tea leaf cards, 6 of them. First tea leaf card, the specific opportunity arriving and the recognition of it as the beginning. And this is the central tea leaf image, the Ace of Pentacles opportunity arriving in its specific form. And the opportunity is real and tangible, and it is going to require recognition to be received fully. Because first opportunities in a wealth chapter often look smaller on the surface than what they actually begin. And the recognition, the specific ability to see this is the beginning, even when the beginning looks modest, is what your guides are asking you to bring. Because what gets recognized as the beginning of something significant is treated as such. And treated as such beginnings produce what they were always going to produce. The 10 of Pentacles structure that the beginning was always the first stone of. Next tea leaf card, a financial decision arriving and making it from expansion rather than from scarcity. And this tea leaf card is about how you meet the beginning of the wealth chapter. Because the specific financial decision that arrives in the next window is going to require a posture. And the posture of someone in a financial stress season is scarcity. The specific posture of managing what exists rather than moving toward what's expanding. And your guides are asking for the expansion posture. Not recklessness, not the ignoring of real numbers. But the specific mindset of someone who is entering a wealth chapter making the financial decision from the awareness that what's coming is expansion, not from the anxiety of the scarcity that is ending. And expansion decisions produce expansion outcomes. And the outcome available to you right now is significant. Next tea leaf card, financial stress releasing its grip. And the release feeling physical. And this tea leaf card is about what the shift feels like in the body. Because financial stress is held physically, in the shoulders, in the chest, in the specific tension of a nervous system that has been managing financial uncertainty for long enough that the management has become a physical posture. And the release, the moment the financial reality shifts enough that the stress loses its grip, is also physical. A specific unwinding, a quality of the body finding a posture it hasn't held in a while. And the release arriving in your body is going to be one of the most specific and most real confirmations that what the cards described has arrived. Because the body knows wealth arriving, the way it knew stress arriving, immediately and without ambiguity. Next tea leaf card. The people in your world witnessing the shift and the witnessing producing the finally energy. And this tea leaf card is about the relational landscape of the wealth arriving. Because the people who know you, who have watched the financial stress season, who have been close enough to see the managing and the building and the waiting, are going to feel the shift in you before you've announced anything. And what they feel is going to produce a specific response, the finally energy, that this is what I knew was coming for them response, this specific recognition of someone arriving where they were always supposed to be. And the finally energy from the people who know you is the external confirmation of the internal shift, both arriving at the same time, both confirming the same thing, both producing the undeniable quality that finally looks like from the outside. Next tea leaf card, the attention freed from financial monitoring and what it moves toward instead. And this tea leaf card is about what becomes available when the monitoring stops. Because financial stress occupies attention, and occupied attention cannot fully do anything else. And the attention freed from financial monitoring, the mental space previously used for calculating and managing and worrying, moves. And where it moves is toward the things you've been wanting to give it to, the creative things, the relationship things, the building things, the specific investments in your own life and your own growth and your own joy that financial stress kept pushing to the periphery. And the freed attention moving toward those things is what so wealthy, so rich, so successful actually means in the texture of a real life after it arrives. And the last tea leaf card, you in the wealthy version of your life and recognizing it as yours. And your guides ended on this image because it is the most important landing point the reading can offer. Because the wealthy version of your life needs to be recognized as yours when it arrives, not as a temporary visit to a reality that belongs to other people, not as something to hold lightly in case it doesn't stay, as yours completely, as the version of your life that the building and the aligning and the maintaining of the hope always produced, and the recognition of it as yours is what makes it permanent. Because what you recognize as yours, you steward as yours, and what you steward as yours compounds into the Ten of Pentacles structure that financial stress cannot find its way into. Okay, final messages from your guides. 6 cards. Receive the wealth as the natural result it is, not as a surprise you don't deserve. And your guides want this to be the first message because it sets the posture for the entire wealth chapter. Because wealth arriving can produce a specific response in people who have been in financial stress, the "this can't be real" response, the waiting for it to go wrong response, the specific holding back from fully receiving because fully receiving feels like presuming too much. And your guides are asking for the alternative posture. Receive it as the natural result it is, as the alignment producing what aligned things produce, as the building arriving at its natural destination. And natural result receiving has a quality of ease that surprised receiving doesn't. And ease in receiving wealth is what keeps the wealth arriving rather than filtering it through the doubt that can make deserved things feel borrowed. Next, final card. Invest what arrives. Wealth that is stewarded grows. Wealth that is only held stays the same. And your guides are giving you the most practically important instruction for the wealth chapter. Because the Ten of Pentacles structure is built, not received whole, and building requires investment. And investment means putting what arrives back into what's growing, into the skill, the tool, the opportunity, the specific thing that produces more, rather than simply maintaining what exists. And the Empress quality in you, the abundance management quality, the clear about your own value quality, is the specific quality that knows the difference between stewarding and holding. And stewarding is what the Ten of Pentacles destination requires. And the instruction from your guides is simple. Steward what arrives and watch the Ten of Pentacles build itself from what the Ace of Pentacles began. Next, final card. Share the abundance frequency. What you give multiplies in a wealth chapter. And your guides are giving you the generosity instruction. Because abundance frequency multiplies when it moves. And the specific form of moving it that produces the most multiplication is generosity, not reckless generosity. Not generosity that compromises the building, but the specific generosity of someone who understands that abundance is not diminished by sharing, it is amplified. And sharing this reading today is one form of it. And the tenfold that returns when you share the energy of a confirmed wealth reading arrives in the season where the wheel has clicked and the amplification is at its most available. Next, final card. When financial stress tries to return, and it will try, recognize it as the visitor it has become, and your guides are being honest about something. Because the pattern of financial stress, the monitoring instinct, the scarcity posture, the specific anxiety that developed through the stress season doesn't disappear the moment the wealth arrives, it tries to return as a thought, as a habit, as the automatic response of a nervous system that learned financial monitoring for a long time. And your guides are preparing you to recognize it when it appears, not as truth, not as a legitimate assessment of the current reality, but as the visitor it has become, an old pattern visiting a new address. And visitors who find they don't live there anymore don't stay. And financial stress that finds it cannot stay is financial stress that cannot find you. Next, final card. Save this and drop a comment when the financial stress loses your address. Save this reading right now. Bookmark it. Share it today, because when you share something like this, what comes back is tenfold. And when the financial stress loses your address, when the shift is visible enough that the monitoring stops and the attention frees and the texture of your daily life changes, drop a comment. Tell us. Tell us what the Ace of Pentacles looked like when it arrived. Tell us when you felt the release in the body. Tell us when you woke up and the first thought wasn't a financial one. Because someone watching this right now is deep in financial stress, and knowing yours lifted is the confirmation they need that theirs is about to lift too. And the very last card, you are about to become so wealthy, so rich, so successful that financial stress cannot find you. And this is already true at the level where truth begins. You are about to become so wealthy, so rich, so successful that financial stress cannot find you. And your guides saved this for last because it is the most complete and most honest statement the reading can make. And it is already true at the level where truth begins, which is the level before it becomes visible. And the already decided quality of the first oracle card is the same as the already true quality of this last message. The wealth is already decided. The alignment has already produced the result. The wheel has already clicked into the 10 of Pentacles position. And what remains, what the next window of your life contains, is the manifestation, the visible arrival of what is already true at the level where truth begins. And the manifestation is coming in the form of the Ace of Pentacles arriving, in the form of the wheel clicking visibly, in the form of the attention freeing and the body releasing and the sun emerging into the specific warmth of a life where financial stress has finally completely permanently lost your address. Okay, to bring this home, you are about to become so wealthy, so rich, so successful that financial stress cannot find you. And the cards showed us everything. The oracle cards showed us the full foundation. The wealth coming is already decided, and what's arriving is the manifestation. The specific things you've built are about to be valued at the level they actually deserve. The financial freedom coming produces a quality of peace that changes everything. The people around you are about to witness a shift that is undeniable, and you deserve this not as a reward for suffering, but as the natural result of who you are and what you've built. The 10 of Pentacles confirmed the destination: durable, compounding, permanent financial abundance. The Wheel of Fortune showed the divine timing clicking into the position that makes so wealthy, so rich the new baseline. The Sun showed the quality of life the wealth produces, warm, present, the attention freed from monitoring. The Ace of Pentacles showed the beginning arriving in a specific tangible form. The Star confirmed the hope was always pointing at something real. And the Empress confirmed that what arrives is received and stored by someone built for it. And the tea leaves showed the full arc, the specific opportunity arriving and the recognition of it as the beginning, the financial decision made from expansion, not scarcity, the physical release of the stress losing its grip, the people witnessing and producing the finally energy, the attention freed and moving toward what it was always meant for, and you in the wealthy version of your life recognizing it as yours. Receive it as the natural result it is. Invest what arrives. Wealth stewarded grows. Share the abundance frequency. Recognize the old stress pattern as the visitor it has become. All of it confirming you are about to become so wealthy, so rich, so successful that financial stress cannot find you. And that is already true at the level where truth begins. Claim this, loves. Drop a comment and say, I claim this, and financial stress cannot find me, and my wealthy life is already decided, because every word of that is true. Save this, share it today, and drop a comment when financial stress loses your address. We want to know. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment and tell me what hit hardest. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.